In faraway England lived a boy called Tony. Tony lived with his father and mother, Paul and Joan. Tony also had a sister called Martha. Tony loved his family and enjoyed spending time with them. Tony enjoyed hearing Daddy's stories of how he grew up in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, and the many interesting stories about Daddy's experience as a boy growing up in Nigeria. Tony also enjoyed spending time with his mum, Joan. He especially enjoyed it when his mum, Joan, surprised him with his favourite meal, which was a tuna sandwich. Tony loved the tuna sandwich. Martha, Tony's sister, was older by 2 years, but they loved spending time together. They rode their bicycles in the neighbourhood and also played tag with themselves or the kids in the neighbourhood. One day, Tony was riding his bicycle to school, and he met some kids on the way to school. Tony thought he could make new friends, so he waved and said hi, but they ignored him. Tony was disappointed and wasn't sure why they weren't friendly. The next day, he saw the same kids on the way to school, and he waved again to be friendly and hoped that he could get a wave back and spark up a friendship, but they ignored him again. It bothered Tony while he rode his bicycle to school. The next day, while he was riding to school, he saw them again, and this time he went close to them and stopped to say hi, but they ignored him again and walked away. This bothered Tony so much that he was so sad. He went home sad and was not his usual self like he normally would. Tony's father noticed how sad Tony was and asked him, "Are you okay, son?" Tony told his father Paul how all the kids he met on his way to school ignored him in all his attempts to be friendly and make new friends, and how that made him feel. Tony's father Paul looked at him, and with a smile on his face, he said to Tony, "Is that why you were sad?" And Tony, with a confused look on his face, replied, "Yes, Dad, that's why I'm sad." Tony was surprised why his dad was smiling and couldn't understand why that wasn't enough reason for him not to be sad. And then Dad says to Tony, "Just because somebody doesn't appreciate the value you bring doesn't mean you should feel sad for them not accepting it. It was nice for you to be friendly, but it's okay if others don't appreciate your friendship. The right ones who appreciate your friendship will respond, and you will make great memories together." Tony's face was lit up with a smile as he heard these words his father Paul spoke, and immediately he was happy again and cheerful. He ran outside looking for his sister Martha. And when he found her, they went out riding their bike in the cool of the evening. Moral of the story: it's okay when others are not nice to you. Don't let that affect your mood. Still choose to be happy and cheerful. The right people that will appreciate your value and the friendship you bring will respond to you, and it always lasts the test of time.